Hello, everyone. This is Patricia G. Jones with APEC Bookkeeping Plus, or APEC Books by G. I'm here to notify each and every one of you that I completed onboarding a new client within my bookkeeping firm. It's going to be for basic bookkeeping. We did talk about tax planning. That is another one of my bundles that I'm creating within my bookkeeping services. You have the basic bookkeeping, which is data entry. Then you have accounting, which is analyzing the data. And then, of course, you have the tax portion of it, not so much as the preparation, but the planning, preparing for your taxable season. Making sure you keep as much money in your pockets and not give it to IRS. That's going to be an important thing in my um, business platform, is to be able to save clients money in the long run instead of them getting to the end of the year and scrambling for clean books to see what they can. You don't want to get into December and try to trim the fast. That's a red flag for IRS. You want to do it quarterly through the year. You want to always have your financials in your face, or at least discussing it with the accountant or your tax professional. That could be a CPA, enrolled agent, or just an accountant. Financial analyst can also help you that way. But what I'm here today is to also let you all know that I did sit for part two of my enrolled agent, and I was not quite ready. I did not feel the what can I say? The awesomeness of knowing that you're confident when you go into a testing center. You know you're prepared, and I know this feeling because I've encountered it in the past with my CPA exam. I do know that when I'm prepared, I'm confident. I'm going in there and I know the answers. This particular, I know a lot of them, but there was probably 20% of them that I had not scratched the surface, because the platform in which I'm using, Passkey, Hawk International, and I'm not getting paid to say this, but that's who I'm using. I also have another platform that I use that I'm not going to name, but as a secondary source for questions only. And they said at the end of mine, when I was, okay, let me back it up. So when you pay for your exam in advance, you have 30 days to make adjustments if you don't think you're going to be able to meet that date to sit for the exam. Or you're going to have to sit for the exam, whether you're ready or not, and just go through it. And that's what I did. In the past, when I was preparing for my CPA exams, when I felt I wasn't ready, 98, 100% ready, because your learning bar will tell you whether you're ready or not in all these testing platforms. Mine's with the enrolled agent, it said 95%. And that's over 85%. And I thought that was good. But anyway, I didn't pass. It didn't tell me how close I was. Well, it did. It said I scored a 96. I failed. You need to be between 105 and 130. And I was a 96. So I'm not that far off. So I need to get back in the saddles and resharpen my tools, my saw, and fine tune the areas that didn't look familiar to me. Cancellation of debt was not a familiar topic for me. So I know that was a weakness. It was another one that threw me off guard, and I was off centered when it popped up on the screen. And it kept popping up too. I'm like, well, you go about your business, because if I got the first one wrong, this was going to be wrong. It was something about, I think it has to do about heritage, receiving a heritage money, something like that. But anyway, I didn't know it. It was foreign to me. But with that being said, I did invest in a new desktop system, and a 32-inch screen with a 27-inch viewing screen. So the box may say 32, but you're only going to get 27 inches of screen because you got to have the other part around that protects it, the, the casing, I guess. But and the problem I had with that is that the old computer I had an all-in-one without a CPU. I said I wasn't going back that way. I had it was totally filled. It was 1 terabyte, and I had used 932 gigabytes. A terabyte is 100 gigabytes. So I was ready at the cuffs of maxing out all of my space. So when you get there, the point I'm making is that when you get to that point, you need to delete stuff. You need to clean your cache, however you say it. Or your system is going to be slow. So mine's got slow. Mine was so slow it wouldn't even load. It wouldn't even turn on fast. And I'm like, I was just getting frustrated. And so you know what? I'm like, I had the computer for a while. And I remember when I got it, and it's time to upgrade. That's what it's telling me. It's time to upgrade. So I upgraded. I got a new one with a CPU and a nice monitor, nice size monitor. It didn't come with a camcorder, but I did have an external one that I had purchased because the one that came with the one all-in-one was the visual monitor seemed to be blurry, so I'm like, if that's going out, then the computer going out. So one of the reasons for me to upgrade. So I had bought the attachable webcam, so that was good. That was good. That was a good purchase because that's what I have on my new desktop. And there's some things I don't like about it, but you're not going to be happy with everything. Now, one thing I will say is that for everybody who is considering going out and purchasing a new computer, remember this, and remember that I told you this. I'm not an IT specialist, but I do pay attention to things. I read on the specs on computer systems, what's included, what's not included, memory, RAM, all that stuff. We talked about that when I first started in my computer ship. But this particular CPU is small. It's called a desktop CPU, and the chamber, the size of the casing is real small. But it doesn't have anything in it. It doesn't have a DVD, CD. It doesn't have that stuff that the old computers have in it. What they're doing now is that they're requiring you to add these extra accessories to it before you actually pick it up. And that's the new game they're playing. So be mindful of that. And it's just me coming to the world, telling you where I am. And I feel good now that I finished onboarding my new client. I have another appointment next Wednesday. I have another calendar appointment next Wednesday with another potential client. What I got to do is I got to keep grinding, keep sending out good content and letting people know that I'm here, I'm live, I'm viable. I have the tools you need to keep your company floating, keep your company momentum up, and keep earning revenue and how to save more money and not pay IRS. I'm putting all those building blocks together, and what my hopes are, my hopes, it may not be what the Almighty say, but my hopes is that my 2 adult children now will come into the fold of the firm, and then they'll take over because it's not hard. It's very easy, and it's very profitable. It's a good business to be in. But until then, I wish you all well. Take care. Patty G. Jones out.